Hey, what's up, everybody? Andrew from Fantasy 8 here to give you my updated 10 fantasy sleeper pitchers for 2017. Let's just jump right in. At number 1, we got Carlos Rodon, the Chicago White Sox pitcher. He had a very respectable performance in 2016, and that was in large part to his really solid second half. We had a 3.45 ERA with a 1.22 WHIP. And that's the thing with Rodon. WHIP has always been a concern for his short career so far, but if he can maintain a WHIP of 1.2, 1.3 in 2017 with a mid-3s ERA, he will easily outperform the 201.9 ADP, especially with that K rate. Number 2, we got Shawn Minaya, starting pitcher for Oakland, who had, similar to Rodon, made his name in the second half. Terrible 5.24 ERA in 67 innings in the first half to 2.67 ERA in 77.2 innings in the second half. He's not going to be a huge K pitcher, but his other numbers make up for it, specifically his WHIP, which was as low as 1.02 in the second half and only 1.189 for the whole season. So he's definitely a solid number 3, number 4 starting pitcher. I would love to have him on every team I have. Number 3, Ravi Ray. And Ray is kind of a mystery because despite he had a pretty high walk rate and a pretty high WHIP, but it's pretty hard to ignore a pitcher that can give you 200 plus Ks and has an ADP over 200 at 223.2. And he was consistently bad in terms of ERA, but his BABIP actually lowered in the second half, although his ERA rose to 5.02 in the second half. My opinion on Ray, he's more like a lottery ticket, but if he can gain a little bit more control on his pitches, his K upside should help balance out his other shortcomings. Number 4, Blake Snell, who showed some flashes of his prospect pedigree last year, but failed to put it all together, and obviously the biggest issue with him, walks, an insanely high 5.16 walks per 9 innings. He will definitely have to lower that to be effective in 2016. The lowest walk rate he had in the minors was 3.2 per 9, so, it's always going to be his Achilles heel. But his pedigree and his K rate definitely make him worth a look, as he's slotted to be the number 4 guy in the Tampa Bay's rotation. Number 5, James Paxton. This is the guy I'm actually most excited about. He's got an ADP of 178.4. Well, he finally put it all together for a good, decent fantasy season in 2016. He had a minuscule walk rate of 1.79 per 9, an improved strikeout rate from 7.52 in 2015 to 8.7 in 2016. His ERA was pretty similar, but his WHIP went way down in the second half. It was 1.52 in the first to 1.11 in the second half, and it's because he had an unusually high BABIP of 390 in the first half, so I chalked that up to bad luck. I think he'll really take a step forward in 2017. Number 6, Jon Gray. And when you look at Jon Gray's numbers overall, it's really deceiving. He had a pretty poor ERA, but when you dig into it, he had 9 games with 2 runs or less while pitching 7 innings or more, and he had 6 games with 10 or more strikeouts. And obviously the ERA thing is he's going to have the occasional blow-up game, especially as a Rockies pitcher. He did have a lower ERA, of course, 4.02 than away, 4.91. But, he's going to have those blow-up games. He's not going to be, this is the guy I can start every time out. You're going to have to pick and choose. But with the K rate and what he offers you, he's definitely worth a spot on your rotation. Number 7, Jared Eichhoff, the Phillies pitcher. The only knock you could give on his 2016 performance is the low K rate, but there were a ton of positives. He had a very low walk rate of 1.91 per 9, which really helped him maintain that great WHIP at 1.16. And he didn't fatigue like a lot of the Phillies pitchers did in the second half. If he can get that K rate up slightly, he has the possibility to be more than just a back-end rotation guy for your fantasy team. Number 8, Alex Colome, closer for the Tampa Bay Rays. His ADP is 140.4. Guys like Chapman and Jansen are going the top 100, and so what Colome gives you is a steal at 140.4. He took the closing role from Boxberger after the injury last year and ran away with it. He got 37 saves, and he dramatically increased his strikeout rate and dramatically dropped his hit rate per 9. As you can see, it went from 7.2 strikeouts to 11.3 strikeouts per 9, and it's a significant drop in his hit rate, which really helped these fine numbers. Number 9, Jose de Lyon. Had a very rough cup of coffee in the majors with LA last year. He got shipped out to Tampa in the Forsythe deal. And right now, he doesn't have a rotation spot locked down. He's going to be competing with Matt Andriese for that 5th spot. But his impressive K rate definitely makes the situation worth monitoring. He doesn't even have an ADP in Yahoo right now because he's not being drafted, but this is definitely a guy you want to keep your eye on in spring training. Number 10, Dylan Bundy, the Orioles starting pitcher with an ADP of 239.4. He split time as reliever and starter last year, though he was much better as a reliever, 3.08, as the starter, 4.52. But he did raise his K rate when he became a starter and struck out more than 9, a little bit over 9 per 9 innings. With how late he's going in his pedigree, he's definitely worth a look to round out your rotation. These are not all my sleepers. I have more on an Excel spreadsheet. I just didn't list them all. If you want more hitter or sleeper pitchers, I would love to email you that Excel spreadsheet. So if you're interested in that or you have any questions, just hit me up on Twitter at Fantasy1, or you can email me at fantasyaid1@gmail.com. For Fantasy Aid, I'm Andrew, and thanks for watching.